Good morning. So you find me in my morning ritual here. First I do when I get into the office is I sit down at my desk and I write my journal where I reflect on the previous day. So I've now completed this actual book. So within here, left first page. The idea was you had like a 4-page spread. So I've got all sorts in here. After every day I've written from the previous day. And the idea is you kind of set it out so you have, let me get to here, let me get one open here so you can have a look at this. I'm not so sure that I don't give anything too much away, but as you can see here, so I set it out already. So I started it on 4th of October 2024, and then I'll have 4th of October 2025, and then 26, 27. And the idea being that I'll be able to reflect back. So, when I'm writing in 4th of October 2027, then I'll be able to look back at my thoughts and what's going on in 2026, 25 and 24. And my hope is that I'll see some progress. Any things I'm moaning about here, I want to make sure that I'm kind of on top of it by here, because if I'm still moaning about the same things that I was moaning about then, there's something seriously wrong and probably I'm wasting my time. But, I've completed this. Where did I get up to? So it should be fairly recent. Yeah. So my most recent entry was 15th of December 2024. I've completed that book, so I'm going to file this away. I will come back to it once I get around to 4th of October 2025 to start on the bottom left-hand corner of this one here. And now I start here. Today's date is actually the 17th of December, but I always write for the previous day, if that makes sense. So I'm reflecting on the previous day. So as I said, that was the 15th. So now I'm going to be this morning writing about the 16th of December. Quite exciting to christen a new book. So 16th December 2024. Notice with this paper, it's amazing. You can actually write with a fountain pen and it doesn't flow through. That's why I'm using these Rhodia books recommended to me by someone on this channel in the comments. So thank you for your recommendation. They're great. It's a nice size to write in as well. And as I say, being able to write, this is a TWSBI Echo, I think it is. I love this fountain pen. Nice and easy to write with. So I will now spend the next kind of 10 minutes writing out sort of thoughts about the previous day, what went well, what didn't go so well, any kind of nagging issues I've got, I'm ruminating on. I mean, part of it is just writing it down. Just helps you solve your own problems sometimes. When you actually, it's almost like sort of talking to yourself. You can just write down your thoughts and, as I say, what concerns you have. And often that can get your subconscious mind thinking and solving the problem for you. So that's one thing that really, really helps, that kind of self therapy, medication, whatever you want to call it, really, really helps. And I also write down certain things like there's certain measurements that I want to compare myself to. So I might say, it could be, financial, that I'm at this point here and I want to get to another point, so I can make a note of where I'm up to this point and I can flick back through the pages and see where I was and hopefully see progress. That's the whole thing with this. You want to see progress. So down here, I usually do it afterwards, but just to complete the point, you have a kind of, it's roughly halfway. So 16th of December 2025, I will find myself teleported back. So that's where this kind of whole thing came from. I've done a previous video on this and I'll link to it in the description below. But the idea was this ability to be able to jump into your own mind at different stages. As I said, wouldn't it be interesting to hop into your own mind when you were in your 20s, then in your 30s, your 40s, and almost observe what your predominant thoughts were. We all have these kind of self-talk. Well, I do anyway. I'm sure most people do, where you're mithering yourself about certain things that need to be solved or that are worrying you. And I was really interested to think, what would it have been like? I mean, you can go and try and find old journals and things, but it's quite difficult to pull them all together to see what your thoughts were. But this is a bit more structured. So I say I'll be able to look right here, and anything here that I was worried about, I kind of hope I've moved on here. I'm not holding out too much hope, but I kind of hope I've moved on when I get to here. And likewise, if I've got anything about measurements like financial, or heck, it could even be this YouTube channel. I've got 600 odd subscribers. I want to get to 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000. Back down here, I might look back and go, wow, I've got 2,000 now. I used to have 600 there. So hint, guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do. It kind of adds a bit of motivation to keep recording these. But I would kind of mull on with this sort of stuff anyway, regardless of recording these videos. It's not for this, but I'm just kind of sharing my kind of practices, this analog versus digital approach. So, that's the thing that you could do is people be writing this on their phones and things, like digital journals. But, nothing beats the old pen and paper and the feeling of writing it out. And that's the other thing is when you're writing out your thoughts, there's something about actually writing them down with pen and paper. When pen touches paper, magic happens. And it just doesn't happen, I don't believe, to the same extent in the digital world. So that's why it's really important that we kind of do this. So anyway, I've got this rodeo book. This isn't any kind of paid promotion like that. That I'm going to start using. This is my next one. I think I'm going to need 3 of these. So what I'll have is, I'll be going back to this one when it comes to 5th of October 2025 and starting through filling this one out again and coming back to this when I get to 16th of December, the second book, and so on. You get the gist. So that's where I'm at the moment. I'm now going to fill this in for 2024. So I'm just going to think about more. Actually, I've got some things of interest here to write. All juicy stuff I can't possibly share here, I'm afraid. But you get going with yours, and really interested in how you get on with it. Take care, and thanks for watching.